Okay then, hello guys, Slayer here today, coming to you with some, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to play Hunger Games on Hive specifically, but this can carry across to most other Hunger Games servers out there. So yeah, I'll start off with the start. At the start of, I'll introduce what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about how we win, basically, this game, and how we do well in this sort of style stuff, and yeah, the like tactics, stuff like that. So the first thing I would do is you rush the middle. What it's called rushing. So you run towards the middle, and there's usually chests, or in this game, crates. And in the crates there are loot, just like now, and there with the loot you can get random items. I think there's some specific items which are in the possibility range, but yeah, usually this is for beginners, by the way. And then if you get a sword or something, I just go around slaughtering as many people as possible and trying to get as much stuff, because that's the best way of getting stuff, because everyone else has probably looted chests as well, so it's better for you to go and steal their stuff as well. Another point, next what you do is you go out, you find other chests, you kill people. It's a lot of killing, and that's mostly what you do. But then later on I would go and just start like going around. Just once the game gets into its later stages, like now, you start going around and picking stuff up, and just pick up as many chests as you can find. Like, pick up all the loot, but only pick up the necessary stuff. So like in this one, I take it all. Well, I'll go back and then decide, because I've decided that feathers might be useful for creating arrows if I need to create them. Weapon, I should have taken the cookie in there, just because it's useful. And I just go around and I try and kill as many people as possible. Tactics for fighting, I'd say, is be evasive. I'd already know that, just always looted. Be evasive, like now. We've probably got the same armor in this fight. I'm running around like a maniac. He's also trying it. Just click as much as you possibly can, I'd say, and just aim at the person. Now I was on half a heart, so that was a pretty intense fight. I decided not to drop down there because I know I'd take full damage, which is a very big part of this. I have died many times from full damage, which is just dumb, so I don't make the mistake much anymore. But yeah, then you really should just sort out your inventory. So I'd take all your weapons and then just food for the last other slots. That's what I usually do. So in this stage of the game, most people have been killed at the start by like the 3-minute mark. Now it is, I reckon. This is an extremely short game, by the way, and yeah, because this map is very small. Advice would be for just going around is know the map, like play it a lot. This is one of my better, most played maps. That's why I do well. And you just takes time, and you gotta go slow, do the job, kill people, not lose. Sometimes you just find your best places, best stuff. Just yeah. Right now I go back to middle, because sometimes there's just people hanging around there who have AFK'd away from the keyboard, for those of you who do not know what that means. And yeah, just search there. Right now I see a name in there, so I go kill him. This was extremely bad on my part. He could have easily killed me, but the numpty didn't switch to a sword, which I later know. I thought, oh man. I was thinking, oh man, I'm gonna die from this. I would have died from this guy if he had swords. But then when he died, he had swords, and I'm just like, why didn't he use them? And he had decent swords as well. He'd probably have killed me if you fought that well. But maybe I'd be more alert. Yeah, at this stage of the game, really, there's no one around. There's only like 5 guys left, I think now, and if you're gonna fight someone, it does matter a lot about what you have. to beat someone, they can have slightly better stuff than you if you're a good fighter. I'd say I'm quite good, just at the combat stuff, not being arrogant or cocky or anything like that. I'm decent at the fighting, like outright, just kill everyone sort of style thing. I'm quite good at that, but no one else. Most people are decent. I mean, I'm better than average, or else, yeah. And armor is not worth as much as having a good sword. So if someone has a sword, say like you have a wood one or a stone axe, because they do the same damage, and someone else has a stone sword, if you have like full iron and they have chain or gold armor, it's probably about even. Their armor's worse, but you have a worse sword, so you probably get more just the same amount of hits in to get the kill. I think it's an average of let me work this out. It would be 3 or 4 hits from a stone sword to kill a person with no armor. And armor just takes down the damage by a little. I'm not sure about the numbers and all, but that's all I know.
Kira, time to bed. Yeah. There's no books, huh? How much longer you got? Maximum 8 minutes, okay? 8 minutes, yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. My dad just walked in and I had to stop talking so they could have a conversation with my brother. Yeah. So as I was saying, you just go. I'd say. Okay, so I saw deathmatch happens in this game. So it's got down to like 3 people, I think it is, or 4. Then it goes into what they call deathmatch, where you all teleport somewhere. Once you've seen that signal, it means just check your area. If there's no one around, you're unlikely to be killed, and just stock up on food. Put all your food into your bar and get all the arrows you can, and just get all the best stuff you have on you. Wear your best armor, everything. And, well, let's go watch this deathmatch. Okay, this is deathmatch. This is quite easy to get familiar with once you've been at deathmatch a few times. And there's 2 of us. They both have better armor than me, and I have worse. I have a better sword, I think, than both of them. But I've decided, because they both have better armor, I'm just gonna bystand it. Because that guy's the best, I target him. I don't know what was happening with my bow shots. Usually I'm quite good. I don't know. But yeah, me and him just team up on him. Not intentionally, but we just go for the team. I ran out of arrows, so I run and get arrows, because in deathmatch, being a long range bowman really does help a lot. In this instance, so he's been critically wounded by the other guy, and I hit him, and the other guy hits him back into this guy's arrows. He has he's going to try and put on the better armor, get the better sword out, sort of thing. So I chase him, but then I realize that I think I get so low on health that I'm just decide I'm gonna run away, let him gonna restock up on my food, let him put his nice armor on. Probably usually a mistake, but this time it paid off for me because I got health back. Running, oh yeah, I forgot to run over the running tactic, is like one of the best tactics there is. And just turn and hit, because usually you'll surprise them because they're like, oh, I'm gonna run and kill this guy, sort of thing. Like, I closed a load of programs right now because I was lagging on my screen, not on this one, because of the way I set up my recording system. This is a pretty intense fight. Usually fights do not last this long. It's getting quite close to the end now. This was like one of the bits which knocked us both down to quite low health. He woes me. Then I get really low, so I decide, oh dear, I'm gonna have to run. So I run up here, sort of thing. That would have killed me. Actually, no, probably wouldn't have. But that was seriously close. And if you just decide to play Hunger Games, I would mostly advise that you play on Hive. Oh yeah, right now, I reckon I was going to die. I would have died that thing, but I managed to get the shot off, and I won, dodging his arrow, or else that would have killed me. Yeah, so dodging and stuff like that is a very big